Hello, welcome back to the CC65 Hello World tutorial, I guess, where we program a C64 Hello World program using the CC65 compiler. So this will be episode 2, and we'll just jump straight into where we left off in episode 1. So this is where we left off last time. We got our Hello World program working, and we'll try that again. I'll drag it over to my emulator. And we had that issue that it's kind of hard to see because of the colors. So last time I did this, just made the text white, just using the hotkey on the Commodore, the C64, and then I dragged it over again, and then we can see the whole thing better. But we still have this issue that the screen doesn't clear, and the color is, and I have to set the color manually. Let's start off by clearing our screen, setting the color, and then printing our text. So let's have a look in the function reference. Let's just try and do a search for clear. Clear the text screen. Just a void, and it has no parameters. Clear screen. So that should then clear the screen. So I guess we can just try that. We have to recompile CL65 hello.c out to hello.prg. Seems like that worked fine. And there we go. So that's a screen cleared. Nice. Let's fix the color first. So let's just change the text color to white before we print the text, maybe. To do that, we have to find a method to do that. So text color, set the text color. Okay, so that just takes a char to set the color, and it returns the old text color. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. So text color, and I think there are some defines. So look, include C64H. Let's have a look inside there. So I think there are some color defines. There we go. So we have color white. We can use that. So let's just do color white, save and recompile. Let's try this one more time. There we go. It's easier to read now. Maybe the next thing we should do is to wait until the user presses a key on the keyboard before we end our program, because now it just goes straight back to basic. So to do that, we'll just read a character off screen, and there should be a command for that as well, a function. So read character, to keyboard. Oh, there we go. Oh, I searched for read character, didn't I? So C get C. This function reads a character from the keyboard. If there's no character available, C get C waits until the user presses a key. So that's perfect. So C get C. So after we print our hello world text, we can just do C get C. That should then wait for the user to press a key and then exit the main function. Ah, there we go, still in our program. And then I can press the any key and we're back in BASIC. Maybe one more thing we can do is to, when we press the key, maybe we can clear the screen again. So we remove our hello world and then I will just go back to the ready prompt. So let's just copy clear screen and put that after C get C. That should do the trick. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty good. So we have clear and set colors, and we have wait for user to press a key and clear the screen. I guess this white on dark blue looks pretty cool, but we can try and set more colors maybe. And we've only set the text color so far, so let's see if we can set the border or the back color, or maybe both. As long as you have set up all the include stuff correctly, like I showed in the first video, then you can just press and hold Control, and then you can click on the functions, and it takes you to the definitions in the header file. So we can see the text color, bgcolor, which is background color, and border color. And I guess we could also have a look at the reference just to have a check. I think it works the same. The function will set a new background color and return the old current one. So it works exactly the same as text color. So let's clear the screen, set the background color, bgcolor, and let's just set it to black maybe. Color black. So recompile. Nice. It's even more readable maybe. But I guess that border is kind of making it less readable. So let's just change the border color to match the background color maybe. So that was that frame color? No. Was it border color? Yeah. So border color. Isn't that a dog? Color black. The way I'm saying it anyway, with my English accent. Did I recompile? I think I did. Let's restart and try it out once more. There we go. So white on black. Hello world. And we have to press a key to exit the program. But as we can see, the colors still stay the same because there's nothing that resets the colors back to normal. So maybe we should do some cleanup after ourselves and actually reset the colors when we exit our program. So to be able to do that, we need to store the original colors. And as we can see, these functions, bgcolor, border color, and text color. So as we can see in the header file as well, set the color for text output, the old color setting is returned. If we just store that, we can use that to restore the colors after our program ends. So let's just make a couple of variables to hold that information. We'll do unsigned char. Well, let's first do text color, I guess. So TC, just initialize that to 0. Let's just quickly test that. So let's do TC equals text color. So when we set text color to white, it returns the old color, which should be light blue. All we have to do is just set the text color again after we finish our program. So we can just put that right at the end after we clear the screen. So we'll do text color, not color white, but then we'll use our saved color, which is saved inside the TC variable. So that should restore the color when our program ends, the text color. So we have white on black, and I press a key, and there we go. So it goes back to light blue. That's perfect. So we just need to do the same thing for the border color and the background color. So let's just do unsigned char bgcolor, I guess, and unsigned char border color. And let's just do bgcolor, which is bgc, and border color, which is bc. Same order, so bgc and border color bc. Recompile, restart, press a key, and we're back to the default. Nice. So that's good, right? So we do some cleanup after ourselves and put the system back to the original colors. Restore colors, I guess. I wanted to show one more thing because these functions are very handy, but I just want to show what exactly they do. So if we take bgcolor, and if we have a look at how we can set the background color on the C64, I'm sure a lot of you have already tried that on the C64 itself from BASIC. You can just poke a value into the correct memory address to set the background color. And this function does the same thing. So I have the C64 memory map. So if we search for background color, yeah, as you can see, the background color is actually set in D021, hex D021, bits 0 to 3, so the first 4 bits. And that's the same as decimal 53 to 81, which is what you use in BASIC. So if you do, was it poke 53 to 81, comma, and then we'll just do, this is the background color, so let's just do 0 to get it to black, and that's the exact same thing. What we can do is take this address and just use that directly in our C program, just the way we do in BASIC with the poke command. In place of doing using that function, bgcolor, we can do some C stuff to just point directly to the address, which is D021. We just have to do 0x to make that a hex value. And then we have to cast that to a char pointer. And we have to make that a pointer as well. So we have a pointer to this memory address, and then we have a pointer to the what's actually in that memory address. And then we can just do equals 0. Let's see if this compiles. It does. Let's restart the emulator. Drag the program over. Yeah, there we go. So the background is still black. Let me just change this color to something else. Let's do 1. Not sure what that is. Let's try one more time. Okay, that's white. I should have known that. So now our text doesn't show. But anyway, like that shows what's happening in the background, which I think is okay to know. So this is that's the equivalent code right there. But anyway, let's just go back to using that, and we can just store that as a comment like that, I guess. Okay, so one thing I have noticed is that the character set gets changed. I think that's just because how CC65 and the C runtime works, I guess. As we can see, when the C64 boots up, the characters are all uppercase, and the CC65 compiler, well, the C runtime it uses, changes the character set to the upper and lowercase character set. And that is so we can actually type, if I try to type big H now, Shift H is just giving me a Petsky character. So if we want to type hello world with upper and lowercase letters, we have to change the character set. And that happens automatically with CC65 programs apparently. It's part of the initialization. So when I do Control Shift, you can see it switches between these character sets, and now I can do upper and lowercase characters. But we can also see that when we exit our program, it doesn't go back to uppercase. So it doesn't reset the character set. So I think we should do that as well. And I haven't really found a good way to do that with some of the built-in functions. But we can go back to our memory map, and I think we have to, I think it's D018. Yeah, so memory setup register. So this is what this address is used to tell the VIC2 which character set to read from the ROM. Well, which location to read from, basically, which is what controls which characters show up on the screen. So let's just have a look at what that value actually is in the emulator. So let's do, get that to white, and we'll do peak 53272. So that's 20, decimal 20. And we should just be able, if that's the default value, all we have to do is just set it back to default, right? So let's just go back to our code. So we basically do the same as we did up here. So I'll just copy that and we'll put it back down here. D018, which is the same as 53272. And we should just set that to 20. Save, recompile, and we'll try this out. Press a key, and we're back to big letters. Good. So reset character set, I guess. Now I don't really want that to be in decimal. So 14 hex. Let's try that one more time. Boom. Nice. Okay, so this is good. We're definitely getting somewhere. We got to try out a lot more of these functions in the CC65 runtime. And these functions should be, they're like platform independent, right? So they work for other systems as well that has a background color, well, that are able to set the background color and the border color and the text color. So they should be cross-platform. And I got some requests after the first video that would be nice to try this code out on some other system. Obviously the systems are not completely compatible with each other, even though they run the same processor. And that is because of the memory map and stuff like that. So what we did here with the D021 address, that wouldn't work on some other machine like some Atari or something. Because obviously the address would be different there. And that's what the the runtime takes care of. When we do bgcolor, if we compile for C64 like we do now, the code inside this bgcolor implementation makes sure to use the correct address for that system. So when we compile this for another system, say an Atari, as long as we use this function, we should be safe. But we can't do stuff like this. So when we reset the character set down here, that would be an issue. So we can obviously, if we want to make our program cross-platform, we can do some compiler directives and stuff down here. Like if, I'm pretty sure there are some switches for the different systems, but I'm not quite sure what they are right now. But we would have to implement different ways of doing this. So for the C64 we would do it this way, but the Atari would do some other way. For now all we care about is the C64, but later we will maybe try and port this to some other system and try it out on an emulator. So that will be the end of this episode then, and I'll run our program one more time so we can have a look at that beautiful thing. Hello world. We have set the correct colors. We have implemented user input, kinda. Even though all we can do is just quit the program. But when we press a key, it goes back to the basic prompt and everything is reset to the way it was. I almost forgot that we should try this out on the C64, so let's just do that. There we go. So you can see me using my IKEA trådfri to turn on my C64 there. If you haven't seen my C64 setup, you can do that in another video that I recently made, and I'll link that up in the corner. But now I'll get my Kung Fu Flash, which has the Hello World program on it, and we'll give it a go. There's our program from where we left off the last time, just says Hello World. Now let me switch to the new one and see how that looks. And there we go, mostly the same, just different colors, white and black. And I'll press a key and we'll see if it goes back to basic. And there we go, just as we expected. Nice. So that's good progress for today. And next time we'll do something more, even more interesting, hopefully. I hope this is interesting as well, but it can only get more interesting from here. See ya.